Alright, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakudash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect, the teachers word in our true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into a lesson on how everything is increasing. Prophecy we're coming into the perfection of prophecy, where everything is being made clear and obvious. Is in its fullness, you know. So really, is Yahweh Shemel Shai turning up, man, intensifying everything, you know. So pretty much, I got this article. This from RT News, and it reads: third of Americans ready to justify violence against the government. So you got a third of Americans, a third of these Babylonians. It says ready to justify violence against the government. And that lets you know we're in a time of war, a time of hate. You know, the spirit of the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in Egypt. He upset the Egyptians against the Egyptians. We seeing the different symptoms that actually leads to the downfall of an empire. We seeing this place being tore up from the inside out. And this is part of that beholding the fall of our enemies. This article, I'm gonna read it again. It says third of Americans ready to justify violence against the government. See, it says a violation of rights or a military coup was cited as justifications of violence. Every third American, the largest number in more than 2 decades, believe violence against the government can be justified, especially when a violation of rights is involved. A new poll has found. See, so you got a third of Americans, you know, believe you can go against your government by the way of through violence, and that lets you know Esau, even the so-called white man, is in power as well. You know, let's see. Just read these last 2 paragraphs. It says, according to Washington Post, in the University of Maryland poll, 34% of respondents were prepared to justify violent action. It says up from 23% in 2015, only 16% in 2011. So as you can see, they mean they're prepared. These different doomsday preppers, these different Edomites, they already got in the back of their mind that this thing can go down. And they saying they're preparing to, use violent actions. Come on now. It said the number of those who said violence was never justified dropped significantly to 62% from 76% in 2011. Among those prepared to accept violence, the most cited justifications were circumstances in which the U.S. government violates or take away freedom, so like takes away rights or freedoms, or oppresses people. It says 22%. In the event that the country is no longer a democracy, becomes a dictatorship, or experiences a military coup, 15% said violence would be justified. And ultimately, man, this is all part of the plan. This is all part of the move of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All these things are prophesied, and that's just only one part of it. One moment in the scene where, riots is going to play a part of it. These people, going against the government. And these things are going to take place while the famine is happening. While there's beasts of the field roaming around. While the power is out. While there's no running water. These are one of the many things that's going to lead to the stress and anguish of these people, man. This is 2 Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. See, so as you can see, the destruction is for the people of this world. That's why I said those that dwell therein. And even the ones that's prepared to go against their government, they probably, are doing it because, they didn't want to roll the sleeves up and take the jab. They don't want to take the thing. They don't want to wear a mask. But they still love, love the Christmas. And, you know what I mean? A good old Sunday down at Meemaw's house. You got a 5-year plan in America is still here. It's still a McDonald's roaming around. That's who this woe is going to as well. So you subscribe to this system, you engulfed in it. Woe unto you. It says, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. See? Meaning what? Is creeping up on you. But it tells you in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, the end watcheth for thee, waiting on you. Meaning it's a certain day, these certain places going to be fully let loose. It's a certain day the money going to crash. It's an appointed day the money going to crash. It's an appointed day martial law is going to take place. But it's drawing now because as each day the sun sets, sunrise and the sun sets. That's a step closer to the famine. That's a step closer to these lockdowns. A step closer to the destruction. That's why I said draw nigh. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See? And we know it got to be talking about this lifetime because everybody got a scrap, man. These Americans, these are the most heavily armed nation of people, man. In certain countries, you might hear about people mass stabbing. If anything, a lot of people died in folks, so-called. It was some goop that went crazy and was stabbing people, with a knife and some crazy shit. 'Cause those people outside of this country don't really have access to guns. But in this place right here in Babylon the Great, America, it tells you have the right to bear arms. Which that's Esau's blessing, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See, so we just seen that precept through an article. They just took a survey, and 1/3 of Americans said it is justifiable to use violence against the government, man. And that, like I said, that's all part of the plan. This is all the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is cranking this thing up. Everything is in play. All the pieces are there, man. And the Lord everything is intensifying. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Ezra 16, matter of fact. 2 Ezra 16, verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. See? And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So as you can see, the evils are growing. That fire is turning up. I'm going to hear more cases of food shortages. More things dealing with the people that resisting the government. More cases of these store robberies. These smash and grab and goes. It's only going to intensify to its perfection. It's going to grow in its perfection. See, we're going to see all these things in perfection. Sword, famine, and great confusion. See? Matter of fact, let's jump down. Because the Lord is turning up. The Lord's not finna draw back or it's finna be a stalemate. Everything gonna stay the same for the next 6 months. No. It's finna switch gears. Fifth gear, sixth gear, you know? So this is 2 16 verse 37. It says, behold, the plays draw nigh, see, and are not slack, see? It's drawing nigh and are not slack. So as we get closer and closer to that perfect day, these things are increasing. It's not slacking. You know? It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compares a womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, so everything intensifies. You know, you hear about you got an article concerning a food shortage, and it was on the other side of Babylon. As time goes on, as we get closer to that perfect day, now you know, the food shortage is getting closer to you, man. Now you a part of it now. It said they slack not a moment, so it lets you know these plagues are going to consume the planet Earth, and the only ones that's going to be preserved is the elect of the nation of Israel, man. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. See, so the Lord is going to turn it up, man. And that's what we seeing. Yahweh Shemel Shai cranking up the plagues to the plague. See, we finna see the ultimate plague, the plague of plagues, which is those thermonuclear missiles, which is the second death, man. You know? But it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. See, this world, this age, this system is going to mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. See? So as you can see, the plagues are not slack. They actually are increasing. Oh, it tells you the Lord said he's going to increase the famine upon them, man. Yeah, and it's going to get that bad to where, you know, these different house pets are going to be gone. You know, people going to be catching mice, and, you know, lizards and shit. Then they're going to start looking at each other, man. You know, that's a famine for your ass. But it just pointed out, the Lord said he's going to increase it, so he's going to turn it up. And that's the time we in, the Lord turning up. You know, Yahweh Shemel Shai turning up, man. And we coming to the perfection of these plagues, man. You know? Then you're going to know about Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's what it's going to come down to. You don't know about the Lord. So, matter of fact, is that Psalm 145, Salakia. Psalms 145 and Salakia. This is the book of Psalm 145, verse, I started at 11. It said, they shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power. And it's concerning the elect, speaking on, you know, the glory of the kingdom and the talk of the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts. And that's what we're declaring, the mighty acts of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It said mighty acts. This ain't nothing you can you sneeze at or you gloss over, man. See, these things that's taking place in that's taking place upon the planet Earth is gonna be well known and remembered, man. That's why I tell you, there's no more gonna be said what the Lord did in Egypt, but how He delivered the children from the land of the north. So the Lord gonna take it a step further with this, man, in this lifetime, concerning this deliverance, man. It says, and the glory. It says to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of His kingdom. See, but we're gonna speak on these things. We're gonna, declare them before ultimately they manifest. Then people gonna know about Yahweh Shema Shai then, man. When he in your face through a mechanical dog or power outages or see, remember one thing when things turn up. But the Lord gonna visit you through a mechanical dog or a famine, because judgment is gonna consume the planet Earth. So the Lord's gonna turn up, man. So yeah, I can imagine hold it with edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the teacher's word, and our true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide by. Soon. Very soon.